the PDF downloads of the African Dialogues, Volumes 1 and 2, are in the links below the description of this video. Charles. From the time I encountered you, and it can be so with many people who are in the corporation, they at first refuted what you were presenting. With the passage of time, they have investigated and now understand there is something lacking in their lives, that this is actually what they should have been doing. But now they cannot come over because of shame, maybe. This is part of human nature, and we have also sent out so many challenging words to them. I see that for them to turn over a new page is difficult for them. They don't know how to come to the new presentation after visibly denouncing and discrediting it, only for them to realize it is where they should belong. How can these people be gently brought over to the new presentation? Duane responds, like anything really, like how I remember up till the age of 18, I didn't like avocados. At a certain point, I began to understand. The avocados are good for you, and it was fine. I just stepped up and ate them. I was chatting with an individual who had read the books, and when he first had seen them, he felt they were rather strange, and they didn't mean anything to him. As he went a little further along, he's totally changed, and is very grateful. This man is 20 years old, speaks very good English, as he is Pakistani, and he said that he would like to translate the books. He asked for my permission, and I said yes, and to just do the best you can. He referred to the words I used, as not being traditional, and he said he'd like to translate them accordingly. So we will see. I saw him and some others come in from the real side, and as I passed them, I kind of said, let's see what you can do as you go into the physical situation here, because it's always a choice, and I'm always surprised myself. It's just simply a case of saying okay, and let's do it. It's your life. It makes sense, and this opportunity just isn't available all the time. And this is what people don't realize. The real guides have a heck of a time getting through to people here. It's shown in many ways, but you have to learn to recognize it. I've gone through a heck of a time myself, and still constantly having to pay attention, and even then it's a challenge, and it always is, especially with the world that doesn't want this. Aside from that so-called human nature, that personal self, it's where the individual must be the risk-taker, and I would say, just do it. Step up and do it, and get past that little personal self, because it's something created. That's all it is, and it's not really you. Get to the real you. And sometimes I do shake my finger at people, and I feel like the bad guy. But the thing is, you only have this opportunity now. If you're going to linger around, good luck, because you'll probably forget it again, and it's easy to forget. Most people just cling to the knowledge, but until you stand real with the all is, and see it from that viewpoint, where are you in life? That's the real safe place to be. Creation is not, because you keep tumbling around here, and that's a challenge too. That's where the idea is, just to do it, take the risk. Otherwise, you're flopping around like a fish out of water, and you have nothing. It takes the individual to get past all this and that to finally come to the point to where they can actually make a decision. The confrontation, the back and forth, the hard words. The guides have shaken their finger at me at times also, that I pay attention and get on with things or whatever. We all need that when it comes to that point, but just step up and do it, because there's no time left. The world is getting worse, and what's going to happen when we really have 5G and 6G? The putting up of all these 20,000 satellites, and when this place is really frying, what's going to happen to everybody? Where's their attention going to be? We've only got a short time to more so wake up, and then that's it. Where's everyone's attention going to be? We will see. There's no guarantees, and there hasn't been in the past, from what Paul created to what it is today. This is how it is in creation, and this is how it is here. Get beyond your embarrassment, because that's all silly stuff. Just pick it up and do it. This is where you take on the challenge too. You're like a manager of a company. You're not telling them what to do, but at least trying to warn them and let them know that this does work, and to test it out. This is all you've got. It's a sinking ship. There's life jackets for everybody, but you've got to swim still. But they can give you a little float. Life is big, it's endless, and we've been through many lifetimes, and it's so simple to just try it out. Also study things to see what makes sense. Do the books and what we are saying and presenting make sense with this world? We just talk about the all natural environment, which is the whole of life, and people don't understand that we go at every different angle to present this sincerely, without control, and that's the difference. All these other things that have been created here are all about control. Most people are drawn into the church because it will go along with social behaviour, and people feel good about their social behaviour, which is fine, and it's their right. Where do they end up, however, realistically? Good people are still going to stay unaware with what life is, and keep coming back here to worse conditions. So much for the good idea. It's amazing, and it only gets bigger. This is where you creatively figure something out, and how to present it. But again, there's no guarantee. I've dealt with so many things on the real side, and I watch people hesitate, even those that are in it and know about this, and when they go to the real side, they still hesitate. They still don't know what to do with themselves. This is the real risk-taker position, to really decide and to learn to see this reality like never before, which is endless.